Hi, welcome to the Outsiders Podcast. I'm your host, Miles.
And I'm Jay.
And today we have a lot of stuff to talk about. We got some internet drama. Now, some of this shit is going to be old, okay? And I don't want to hear shit, okay? I don't give a shit. Okay, so what? We're late to the party. It is what it is. We're talking about it anyways.
Okay, so for today, we will be talking about court cases and internet drama. So for internet drama, we have the Twitter controversy, SS Sniper Wolf, and Doja Cat. I feel like you have a lot on the SS Sniper Wolf, so do you want to talk about that first?
Okay. Now, I know this... Okay, this has been a big thing already. I've already, watched a lot of videos and shit on it, but I feel like it is still necessary to talk about because I mean, what kind of podcast would we be if we didn't, you know? So SSS Sniper Wolf doxed this dude because he had an account where he was only posting shit of her.
Like hate shit.
Yeah, and it was making fun of her and the content that she made because it was stealing from other people's artwork or content.
Yeah.
Because she was just reacting to him. But it wasn't even good commentary or nothing. So
It was kind of shit.
yeah, it was just reposting the fucking people's videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she fucking doxed him.
When we say docs, we mean posted photos of his address.
Yeah, outside
photos
of his house.
Like she went to his house, took a picture, and doxed him.
Yeah, and posted it on the fucking internet.
And keep in mind, she has 34 million subscribers.
Right, and YouTube caters to her content specifically. If you first come on to YouTube and look at your shit,
she's gonna be there.
Yeah, she's gonna be on. So, yeah, that shit is fucking crazy. But I don't know though, because I would be feeling some kind of way too if some dude had an account specifically targeted towards me.
But I wouldn't dox him.
True that. I would probably just write him a really aggressive email. Be like, look, fool. I will take what you say into consideration. However, I'm gonna need you to quit fucking dogging on my ass, bro. Quit.
Let me be me, bro.
Literally. And look, I'll listen to what you said. I'll change some things up, but for right now, I need you to just leave me the fuck alone and delete your fucking account where you look at all my shit and make fun of me, because that's just fucked up. In my opinion,
that's a very passive aggressive email.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
but there's better ways to handle the situation, obviously. But I get the frustration on her end just as much as the frustration on his.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because, I mean, it is stealing content if you're sitting there posting it and not even saying nothing, you know? And then her videos get a lot of likes and is catered, you know, by YouTube to viewers.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fucked up because all the original creators of everything that she's reacting to don't get no views.
No, they don't get nothing for it.
Right.
She's taking their money.
Literally. That's what I'm saying. I gotta grab this blanket, bro. I'm chilly.
You want to talk about Doja Cat?
Bro, honestly, not.
Okay.
Not right now. Let's talk about the court cases.
Well, we still have the Twitter. Do you want to just wait for that one?
What about Twitter?
With the X and Elon Musk.
That's just dumb as fuck. Do you know how shocked I was when I couldn't find Twitter on my phone? And I had this new app that was called X, and I was like, damn, who downloaded this shit? Because I obviously wasn't fucking me.
Dude, Twitter was literally made in 2006. So do you realize how long that shit's been around?
Since 2006?
Yes. And in 2023, Elon Musk bought it. No, in 2022 he bought it. In 2023 was when he started changing the site completely.
Bro, that makes me wonder if
Do you want to know what the name means? The name X?
Mm-hmm.
He said the name X is a blank slate, a symbol of possibility, and a reminder that Twitter is still in a work in progress.
Oh my god, didn't he name his kids some weird fucking
numbers?
That is so
Dude, do you want to know what Twitter's gonna turn into? It's gonna eventually become his everything app. Other than blogging, they can also do banking and messages once he's done with it. I don't want to do fucking banking on Twitter.
Oh God, bro, that's just not what Twitter was meant for.
And the fact that he changed the blue bird icon is crazy.
Bro, literally.
X is not gonna ever be X. It's always gonna be Twitter.
Oh God, who the fuck calls it X?
Ain't nobody gonna know what I'm talking about.
Can you even say that it's a tweet now?
No, because it's not Twitter anymore.
What would you say? Like it's a X?
Like no, it's a blog, microblogging.
No, this is my microblog.
Hell
That's just
no.
lame as fuck, bro.
Oh God, no.
Took all the creativity out that fucking app. Like literally. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But he just completely fucked that shit up.
Oh God, which court case do you want to talk about?
Bro, I don't
you want me
like
to pull
when you
them?
ask me questions.
Okay, well then let's talk about the the Ruby Frank court case. So Ruby and her husband share 6 children. You know the story. They launched their YouTube in 2015 and it had more than 2 million subscribers. Well, Ruby Frank got charged with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse.
Yeah, so most of y'all have probably watched their videos, or at least some of you have watched the 8 Passengers. I'm positive my sister used to watch that.
Like, one of the big things, like, the public know she did, was as a punishment, she took away her son's bed, for months. And she, like, withholded...
I should not be laughing.
She withholded Christmas presents from 2 of her children.
Bro, that is so fucked.
And you know what's even more fucked up? She was arrested and charged with her mental health counselor. Like, they were both charged. Because that's who she turned to parenting advice and had a collab YouTube channel with her. Yeah. Like, talking about that shit.
Where they sat there and taught folks how to raise their kids while she was steadily abusing them. That's so fucked up.
Like, all the children were in a shit physical condition. And for y'all who don't know what aggravated child abuse is, it's basically just inflicts upon a child serious physical injury. So those kids were, like, emancipated and, like, malnourished. And they had open wounds and with duct tape around them. If my mama did that shit to me...
I get super glue in an extreme occasion. But duct tape around a fuck-ass open wound, bro. That shit probably gets so nasty. And
imagine
how
much that shit hurts when you take it off.
Yeah, because that's not like a band-aid. That shit is sticking to, like, the raw pieces of flesh.
Period.
That's like sick.
It's fucked up.
And then her husband was trying to say that, like, he didn't know, you know, like, he was trying to play all innocent and shit. I feel like literally there is video evidence where he, like, is actively engaging in everything that Ruby was doing. Like, in the
Who,
videos.
her husband?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was arrested too.
He was arrested too?
Was he not? Oh, no, it was just her.
It was her, and didn't her mental health counselor get arrested too?
With the aggravated 6 counts of child abuse. Yeah.
They both did?
They both got charged 6 counts of aggravated child abuse.
And her husband got none?
Not that I found.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not that I know of. Maybe he did. Maybe they'll know. But
because, like, the video I saw, she took her son's phone. Now, mind you, her son is, like
18.
A grown-ass kid.
Yeah, he's like 18.
He's almost a fucking adult. And at the dinner table, she took his fucking phone and read his text between him and somebody else at the dinner table in front of the entire family, and it's like 8 fucking other kids. You know, like, that's embarrassing, and then they're laughing with him.
I found about the husband.
What?
So Kevin Frank has not been charged, and the police have not disclosed whether he was living in the home at the time, and his attorney says he wasn't because Ruby Frank and her mental health counselor were somewhere else with the children. Like, they were staying somewhere else. So, like, we don't know. Did you know her net worth was like $5 million? Yeah.
And that better be how
and she withheld her children's Christmas presents.
Like, I get that to an extent, but not really though.
Not really.
Like, I would just buy your kids shittier fucking presents, like
like,
socks
that's
or
really
something, you know,
fucked up.
not just none, like you don't get shit and all the rest of your family gets it, but because you suck, yeah, because you did this, because you betrayed me or whatever the fuck, because she said some like crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
She was like, because you don't have mercy or whatever and shit, you don't fucking get presents. And that's
Right.
just not,
Like, that's.
like, who are you, bitch?
Like, there was
God?
a video where she did this. Like, this
Yeah.
isn't just, like, something that was put out there for the public knowledge. Like, there's video shit of this.
Yeah, because she posted that shit on her channel. Because she was, like, steadily posting that shit at the same time.
And taking away your son's bed for months and making him sleep on the floor as a punishment?
Oh my god, like, that shit
Let
can
my
be
mama give me that
unhealthy.
punishment.
That shit can be unhealthy as fuck.
Oh God.
Like, sleeping on a flat-ass surface
That's
while playing football and all
that's
that
gotta
shit,
be
that
bad
has
for
to
your
take
big
a toll
hips.
on your brain in school and stuff, you
And
know?
your physical
And your
health.
physical health while he's sitting there trying to play fucking football.
It's just fucked up. It's just fucked up.
And didn't she, like, take him out of school?
Did she?
Yeah, she took him out of school because he I don't know. I don't remember. But I know she was like, what happened? You don't go to school anymore because why? Tell him and shit.
Hold on, I'm looking this shit up. Oh, she also refused to take her 6-year-old lunch
That is also
to teach
fucked
her
up.
a lesson.
I don't think that's right though. You, like, if your kid's hungry, let your kid eat. You know what I mean? Like, that's something a child can't even understand
So
properly.
the two youngest children were homeschooled, and the older ones went to public school, is what she said. But her eldest son, Chad, at the time, through reports suggest that he may also be estranged from his mother.
What does that mean?
I don't know, I'm about to look it up. I don't know what estranged. It's like a familial relationship.
What does that mean?
Like, he didn't think of her as his mom because of the shit that was going down.
Oh.
Like, lost, like, the former closeness and affection they had because of that shit. Honestly, though,
That's
understandable.
Yeah, that's valid as fuck.
How old was Chad?
But it's just, that's fucking wild. Like, I've been whooped when I was little, but I ain't never had to deal with no shit like that.
No.
Like, that's just unhealthy. And you would think that, like, as popular as they were, that somebody would say something. But, like, the fact that, like, people agreed, you know,
Yeah.
and were like, you know, yeah.
So they had a daughter who was 20, son 18, and the Julie 14, Russell 12, Eve was 9 as of this year. So he was 18. That's fucked up. That's
Yeah.
like almost an adult right there. And you gon'
That's not even child abuse no more. That's just straight up, like, abuse. Kidnapping. Fuck.
Anyways.
I don't know.
That's just fucked up.
Yeah,
I feel like I've said fucked up too many times.
that's valid. Let's talk about Amber Heard and
Oh,
fucking...
so we're gonna get really deep into this case, but you guys will probably already know this case. The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case.
Right.
So this case was basically so like after they divorced in 2016, she claimed that Depp abused her physically, but then Heard he followed the case against her first, and then she came back with abusing her physically. And like he was awarded $10 million, $5 million. Yeah, he was awarded like $16 million. And her, she was only rewarded $3,500. That was only because, like, Oh wait, no. She that's what she had to pay. She got $2 million. And like she tried to make that shit come back, but she was denied. Like she tried to set out a verdict to like counterattack it, but they denied her case.
They were like, fuck you, bitch.
And like you don't really see men win abuse cases often.
Yeah. Like, you have to do some fucked up ass shit, honestly, like, with the way it is, for, like, for that to even be ruled. Like,
I don't think it was like a publicity stunt, but they definitely put it out into the public to like get that attention
yeah,
to it.
because most of the time, court cases like that are never.
They're not put out because they're celebrities.
Right. But they, like, had their shit, like, publicly.
Yeah. Like it was
You know.
publicly streamed and stuff.
Yeah.
Like anybody could just go to the live and watch the court case, which you
Right.
don't see often. The only time you really see that is with like serial killers and shit.
Yeah.
So the fact that this was broadcasted, it's a little sketchy. Because, you know, like most celebrities, when they divorce, they just make a post like they got divorced, and that's it. That's all we
Yeah.
know.
Well, I guess because the situation was, like, already public because Amber Heard was, like,
She
talking
was,
about
yeah.
it. You know, like, I was abused and all this stuff, and that probably gave
And she would do
Johnny
like the
Depp a bad
she would
rep.
do like makeup like for black
Yeah.
eyes. Like you could tell that shit wasn't real.
Right. But, like, I think because when she did that, that made more women follow her, and then
Yeah.
more of everybody quit following Depp. You know, because of the allegations.
Yeah.
Because usually everybody
They
believes
believe
the
the
woman.
woman, which is fucked
So
up.
his producers,
From a woman, that's fucked up.
like, probably heavily encouraged him to do that and have that court case publicly.
So more people would be on his side.
Right. Because if they could win the case, which.
Because, you know, like, an actor they both, like, acted with, he testified against Heard. Which, and, like, he was saying some shit that, like, he saw her do. So I'm like, can you really win this, babe? Can you really win this?
And it's just crazy how she fucking denied that shit and was so serious the whole time while she was just lying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'll never understand that shit.
I won't either. Her acting career is never gonna be the same.
And it never will be, bro.
But you know, Johnny Depp, he's gonna strive.
Bro, he just has like an unforgettable character. You know what I mean? Like
Pirates in the Caribbean.
and Alice in Wonderland, like when Johnny Depp plays the role, you will always remember him for playing that role.
I really remember him for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, and it's because there's no other actors that could play the role like Johnny Depp plays the role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Except
like
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is just a fun-looking white dude.
Man does his own stunts.
But Johnny Depp, though, like, when he played the characters that, like, nobody else could pull off. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't see any other actor being
that character.
Yeah.
Because we've always known him as that character.
Right, like, I don't think I could see anybody else,
like,
besides maybe Jim Carrey.
Yes!
as Edward Scissorhands.
I could so see that because of the smile.
Yeah, because he's just creepy. He's
but he always acts so well, and he's so fucking funny. He's Tim Carrey.
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Oh god, but his facial expressions just like
scare me.
Yeah, they kind of creep me out.
Like
bro.
He played the Grinch so well.
I know. That's what
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
even know he played the Grinch till like a few months ago. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
how did you not know
I
that?
never caught on to it.
I did, bro. I did, because the next movie I saw and he made the same face as the Grinch. I was like, oh.
I know that from somewhere.
Oh. like,
he didn't play Pennywise, did he?
Jim Carrey?
Yeah, he did. No.
No. Somebody else did, though.
Yeah. Because Jim Carrey's smile is, like, more wrinkled up here than Pennywise's was.
Yeah.
You could tell his shit was latex.
I don't like thinking about the It movie, bro. I'm sorry. If that one freaks me out, bro.
Georgie!
Stop. Oh my god, we should watch it. I'm
We
sorry.
can't.
I feel like I'm getting off track here.
We got so off track.
But like, oh my god. It's so scary, bro. I remember when I was little, I was watching
What was the movie Tim Carey played in where he was like
Jim.
Jim Carrey? What did I say?
Tim
Oh,
Carrey.
Jim. That sounds weird.
I know.
Jim Carrey, and he was like he had like that green mask. It wasn't the Grinch.
I think I know what you're talking about, where
What
he has
was-
like a big head.
Yeah, like what was that movie called? Because like
Oh
that's
my
the
God.
specific movie I remember him from.
Was it The Wizard of Oz?
No, hold on. Now I gotta find this shit because it's gonna bug me if I don't.
Bro.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna find this because it was a movie, and I specifically remember he was green, but it wasn't the Grinch. It was. Was it older? Mask. It was Mask.
Oh my
You
god.
remember that?
Yeah, because no, a lot of people made memes about that shit.
That was from 1994.
Bro, his
I
face is
love
just like
that movie.
oddly chiseled, bro. I'm sorry, but like it's just like too cut out for like
Cut out.
my Okay, have you ever seen people do face readings?
No.
Like where they look at your face and they can like read parts of your history. Like if
Oh
your
yeah.
earlobes are lower, then this probably, means this.
Dang, he doesn't make movies often, does he?
Not I
Like, he
mean, I
does-
feel like I've seen him. Like he's an iconic ass actor, but
Well,
I
I
don't
think. Well, I'm looking at like starring Jim Carrey.
yeah.
Well, the last thing he did was Sonic, and that was in 2020 and 2022.
That wasn't long ago at all though.
Yeah,
That was
but
last
like,
year.
I'm trying to see if there's anything. Did you know he was in? He was the guy from A Series of Unfortunate Events.
The old dude?
I'm about to look.
Wait.
Count Olaf. It says
Bro.
that was Jim Carrey.
I didn't even notice. I feel dumb.
He was in The Horton Hears a Who.
He would be in some damn Horton Hears a Who.
He was in like he was in Kick Ass too.
I don't know what that is, I'm not gonna lie.
You've never watched Kick Ass?
I mean I probably have, but I wouldn't know.
That shit's so funny. I'm not gonna know his older stuff.
I remember one fucking movie with him in it, and I don't remember what it was called. But I feel like it had something to do with animals. I don't remember.
Dr. Doolittle?
Maybe.
He was not in Doolittle.
Okay, maybe not Doolittle. But it was something like he was a vet or something. I don't know.
That's Dr. Doolittle.
No, hold on.
That's literally
Hold on.
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
No.
I don't know. It has penguins in it, so I was like, maybe it's that one. Dang, he's been acting since 1981.
Damn, he was in Dumb and Dumber.
Is that what you were talking about?
No, I thought it was funny.
How old is he? He must be old.
Oh god, he's in some old movies.
19. He's 61?
Bro, look up a picture of him. I want to see how old he looks. Oh, Ace Ventura.
That ain't Jim Carrey.
Pet detective. Oh my god, bro. That is weird to see. I've never seen him with a beard like that. What the fuck? Okay, so 3 military veterans testified in Congress. Highly anticipated hearing on UFOs Wednesday, including a former Air Force intelligence officer who claimed the U.S. government has operated a secret multi-decade reverse engineering program of recovered vessels. He also said the U.S. has recovered non-human biologics from alleged crash sites.
Bro, if they is non-human, but they look like people, what does that tell you?
Right, and they will not say that we have aliens or nothing. They don't. Like, they had this, okay? They're saying that they've had this shit for a long ass time and haven't told anybody.
Yeah, like we're just now hearing about it.
And isn't that so fucked up that the
Like, because
government
this
fucking
happened, like,
lies?
last year, didn't it?
Yeah, like,
This was more
it's...
recent. And, like, this is the first time. Like, alien in quotation marks. The sightings started in 2008.
Right, and imagine how many crash sites and stuff that they had discovered
Oh, there's so many.
before we
Like,
even...
if you go on YouTube, there's, like, videos of, like, sightings and, like, crash sightings.
Even NASA,
And
like,
literally, the ships...
talks about it, don't they?
Yeah. The ships are, like, oval shaped, but they're flat. And they just glide through the air. And there's, like, this one sighting where, like, he says that he was on a plane, like, driving it himself. He went, like, closer to it, and it just vanished. Like, it flew very fast and just vanished, like, in thin air.
Bro, imagine what kind of technology they would have
Dude.
to be able to go, like, through space. Because
Imagine
as you go
how...
through space, do you not age? If you're flying through space,
Because
which
they
is
had to...
connected to time, do
Which...
you not age
It means
superficially?
they also went through, like, the Milky Way and shit. Because, like, you go
Right,
through the
and all
Milky Way,
when...
that's where the other universes are.
Right.
Like, there's more people out there. With...
Or more living
Yeah.
things.
Like, with all the
Because there's
fucking
no way in a
universes...
billion fucking universes that we wouldn't have one that had
more living.
had people. You know what I mean?
Like,
And I
we're...
say people very loosely, as like living beings that communicate with each other in a society. Okay?
Like, their technology's got to be so advanced. And, like, there's been, like, people saying that, like, aliens are living among us, and we don't know it because they look like us. Like, they can change to be like us.
Yeah.
And that's
Bro,
just kind of scary, but it's kind of interesting.
yeah. Okay, so let me keep going. Um, in response to public interest and political pressure, federal and military agencies have shared a trove of information about unexplained aircraft encounters, but many sightings have been found to be of pedestrian origin, from weather balloons to drones, airborne trash, and birds. They were like, "Ooh, you caught us.
Yeah.
Here's everything we know
And
about
they...
UFOs, but we won't tell you about all the biological things that..."
No, they were very in the air about it.
Right.
Like, they definitely chose what they wanted to say and what they were keeping to themselves.
Right, like they didn't want to mention any of the biological stuff that they found that, you know, I feel
We
like
should
that's
be able to
pretty
know.
important. Like, okay, you have technology, but technology is nothing without a creator. You know
Nope.
what I mean? Like, that's...
If it ain't got made in blank, it ain't from here.
Right, and
Because
then
literally everything
most...
we own has a made in blank label.
Yeah. And the fact that, like, most of the stuff that they posted was proven to be like drones and shit and birds. I mean, like, I feel like picked the handful of videos they wanted to show, and then we're
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, here's this. Just, you know, because I know you
Take it.
guys wanted to know.
Like,
You
you
know what
guys
I
want to
mean?
know, but this is all you get.
Right. Like, we will reveal the truth to you in air quotes, and then just fucking lie because they can. Because who's gonna put them in their place?
Nobody.
Because it's the fucking military. The government is nothing without a military.
You got that right. Continue with the case.
Okay, so, Grush? Grusk?
Gruche.
No E.
No E? Gruch? Grush? Grutch?
I don't know.
I feel like it's grudge.
Grudge said he hasn't personally seen any alien vehicles or alien bodies, and that his opinions are based off of the accounts of over 40 witnesses he interviewed over the 4 years in his role at the UAP task force.
See, but that doesn't make sense though, because in 2008 there were over 308 sightings.
No, but he's saying that he never saw any biological materials, but where he worked, the people he worked with and he interviewed literally said, "Yeah, I've seen it. I've worked with it. I touched it. I there is, you know,
Non-human
non-human
biologics.
biologic remains from these crash sites that, they're not telling people about. And they're obviously not going to name the witnesses, because if they do, like,
they're gonna get bombarded with questions.
No, and they're automatically a target then.
Yeah.
Because then anybody in the government or anybody in the task force or, whatever, if they don't want them letting that shit come out, they'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think every good president we ever had got fucking assassinated?
That's so real.
Abraham Lincoln got assassinated. He ended slavery.
John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy was the best fucking president we've had, and he got assassinated. And Roosevelt, I don't know, he was an okay president,
He invented stuff. Like, he made,
Right.
like, new stuff.
Right. And he got shot. I don't know if he died from being shot, but he got shot.
No, Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy were straight up assassinated.
Yeah. And
Like,
they were some of the most...
Like, you can go to the building where he was assassinated. Like, they give tours.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in Arkansas?
Probably.
I think it's in, like, Hot Springs.
Or Martin Luther King. Like, he got assassinated and he was onto the biggest shit. Somebody's setting up America for failure. They want, that's like some fascist shit.
Yeah.
But, anyways. Several times during the hearing, Grush deflected lawmakers' questions, saying he could only elaborate in a SCIF, a sensitive compartmented information facility. So, he could only say so much.
That they wanted him to say. He was
twists.
basically told what to say and what he couldn't say.
Right.
How do you get this top off?
You twist it. Those instances include when he was asked if the government has had any contact with aliens and whether anyone had been murdered to cover up information about extraterrestrial technology. He said he couldn't comment.
Yeah. No.
That... Imagine. Imagine. It could be any of the presidents who got assassinated, anybody who knew anything. Anybody who got to higher power to know about it, they've been murdered.
If he says he can't comment, that means that it exists. Because if he says no comment, that's basically him saying, yes, there are, but I can't say it.
Right.
Like, I want you to believe no, but, like, I can't tell you yes.
No. Yeah.
As he and other pilots tried to get closer to the mysterious craft, they said that it rapidly accelerated and disappeared right in front of their aircraft, and it left no detectable turbulence. Because, when, like, airplanes fly, like, you can see, like, tracks.
Yeah.
But he said when it flew away, there were no detectable turbulence from it.
So they had to have been going so fast that they just fucking...
whipped off.
Yeah, like, dipped. Like, they were like...
They dipped from the world.
Yeah, like, they just fucking teleported.
And that's just, like... It's scary.
That's wild. So that's all we know on the aliens. But, like, that's crazy that they were just keeping... Like, the government was keeping shit. And we can't even... I mean, we basically know now because of the dude's testimony.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean... Imagine if he didn't say anything. We would have never known. And they would have been able to create that alien technology. They could have really, like... I mean, if you think about who's killing the presidents and, trying to control the country from an outside view.
The government.
Because, right, is that your answer?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah. The government like, somebody who is trying to change the way that America was creating itself.
Like, a regular, everyday person is not gonna murder the fucking president.
Right.
That's like death row.
Yeah. And, like, that's what I'm saying. They have to be high in power. Yeah, higher in power. But, like, they could reverse engineered all that shit, and they would have had technology that could have saved all the rich people while we sat here and got blown up by the sun. You know what I mean? In any
And
emergency situation, they could do that.
If you think about it,
and they'll promise us that we can go to Mars and we can go to space and live on.
Well, like, if you think about it, like, talking about, like, the other universes and, like, the living beings, the things we call aliens probably call us the same thing. Because they don't know what we are. They're just as curious to us as we are to them.
But I feel like if we do, like, if we actually have communication with aliens, or aliens have came to our world, that, I mean, they've had to have known for like a long time, because we're just now being able to send things into the sky. You know what I mean? Like, we're just now coming to an age in our lifetime. Because if you think about, like, if you ever read the Bible, they have those times before,
Yeah.
you know, where the universe ended and then it was recreated,
Yeah.
you know, and then it was destroyed and then it was recreated multiple times. I mean, if that's all true, who knows how long the aliens have known about us? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, because, like, there's no telling that those universes didn't exist before us. They could be in a
Right.
completely different time period.
Right. Just like the dinosaurs and shit. Like, the dinosaurs were a thing and then they weren't. You know what I mean? Because it was hit by an asteroid.
We weren't here, and then we were.
Right.
They're probably more curious about us than we are to them.
Right. They've probably been watching our planet, like, evolve.
Because we have no, like,
Because
evidence.
if they had the kind of technology that they do, if you think about how fast we, as a society, became to the level of, like, from the 80s, do you see how many technological advances we've had compared to, like,
technology
the 50s
wasn't
to
even like a thing until like the 1980s.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can you think about, like, from the 50s to the 60s to the 70s, when there is, like, hardly any technology? You know what I mean?
And if you look at us now, technology is everything.
Right.
Like
our
we're getting
technology,
flying cars and shit.
Right, like, our technology is so fucking advanced that we can go into space. You know what I mean?
So imagine how
when 100
advanced,
years ago, they wouldn't have even thought about that shit.
and think about how advanced they are to where they can get to another universe.
And, like, in a snap.
They have to be way ahead of us in
Right.
time. That,
or at least in knowledge and understanding of our universe, because, I mean,
because we dumb as fuck.
Right, and we just got here and we're figuring out this technology, so think about, like, how long
advanced
they would have to be there to figure out the technology that they have. You know what I mean? They would have had to have already come to our place,
Yeah.
because from where we're at, we can almost already, you know, we can go to space. In a few more years, we're going to be able to, you know,
go through the Milky Way.
Yeah, like, you never know. Anyways, got off on a little ramble on that one. Bitch, I can't with you munching on this fucking ice.
My bad.
So, if anyone's curious about what we're taking notes on and where we're reading our notes from, I would like to give a non-sponsor shout out to Notion, because I use it for everything. I use it for my school notes, party planning, project planning, finance planning. Like, I literally use it for everything. Any kind of note, agenda, to-do list. I mean, I use it for everything, every day. And so, I mean, you can do anything on there. It's just great. It's basically a website where you can create your own website. You know what I mean? Like, it's has such freedom in what you can do with it, and I don't know, I just think y'all should check it out. So, just figured I would mention that. Canola oil. Because I just wanted to talk about this because my sister's boyfriend has been talking about it, and, like, he is big on conspiracies and shit. Like, I will be having him on this podcast eventually. I will make him get on here. Especially with my boyfriend, because they will sit there and argue about how the earth is flat for, like, an hour. And you won't even know what they're talking about, but it's fucking interesting to listen to. So, basically, canola oil, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen that shit on, like, stuff that you eat? Like, have you ever looked at the ingredients and saw canola oil?
Yeah.
On something that you put into your body or put onto your body?
Like oil. I don't know if it's canola, but I always see like types of oil.
And vegetable oil, all that kind of fucking oil.
Like brownies and stuff. They
Yeah,
all have vegetable
all
oil in
that
them.
shit that you, even vegetable oil, all that shit is literally fucking you up.
But it's so good.
But it's just oil though.
But like in brownies, that shit is.
But
And like when you're making like muffins and stuff, you spray your pan with canola oil.
that's what I'm saying. That oil, the canola oil, that shit. Okay, so basically, what canola oil is, it comes from this like bush seed. Okay, and it's called a rape seed. I know, I know, bro, but it's called a rape seed. Okay, and this shit, if you were to press it and get the oil from it in the first round of having it, okay? Because you know, oil has to be processed and repressed and repressed and refined until it becomes to the oil that you need it. Because the oil that you eat and you process is the same oil that you put in your car. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's vegetable oil or, you know, whatever, it all comes from the same place. You know what I mean? And it comes from the same thing. And so the rapeseed oil, when you first take it out, you know, a little bit of that oil can kill you because it is extremely harmful for people. Like extremely toxic for humans, right? But as they reprocess it, it takes the fuck. There's a word for it. It starts with a V. The viscosity or something of it. Okay, it takes it out until it's just enough where it won't kill you, you know, but you can still process it and burn it. It's still toxic, and if you eat enough of it and eat it every single day, that shit will kill you. Right? And so, you know, you eat a bunch of fast food and stuff, it has a lot of canola oil, you know. Your body's your body's having a very hard time burning oil because burning oil is a little different from burning fucking carbohydrates, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a totally different material. So it's thick, you know, it's built up. You go to the doctor and they give you a pill, right? The pill has oil in it too. But the oil has an even higher viscosity or whatever. I'm probably butchering that word so fucking bad, but it has less of it. So it basically waters down the other oil that you already have in your body and basically, you know, helps it push through. But it's still oil. And then once you go back and you eat some more food because all you know is that you had a fucking stomach ache and you got some medicine for it. You know, you don't know where it's coming from. Because they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you that you're slowly being poisoned the more you eat fast food restaurant food, you know, like fast food restaurant food. I'm sorry. But like the more you eat fast food, the faster you're dying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's crazy to me.
On God. It's just like it's like everything you eat though.
Right, everything you
oil
eat
in
has oil. Now the only oil that is like normal is like olive oil. Because olives already have like a good amount of oil in them. You know what I mean? Hold on. I'm gonna pull up a Facebook video that he sent me today.
About it?
Yeah, about it. And I saved it because I knew that, you know, it had to be shared. So I don't know how copyright works before we listen to this. I don't know how copyright works. I'm sorry. The post comes from Ben Azadi. That's BenAzadi. Okay? And it says this.
I interviewed Dr. Kay Shanahan. She's Kobe's nutritionist. And I gave her 3 scenarios. And I said, which scenario is worse? Scenario number 1 was smoking cigarettes every single day. Scenario number 2 was eating processed sugar. Scenario number 3 was eating vegetable oils every single day. I said, which one's worse? She said, easy, Ben, vegetable oils. She said, smoking's not good for you, but once you finish the last puff, the damage is done. Sugar's not good for you, but you could exercise and burn it off. These vegetable oils, they stuck in your cells and cause inflammation for 2 to 5 years. Meaning the half-life, you remove them today, the half-life is 2 years from now, 680 days, they're still in your body. They are canola, corn oil, cottonseed oil, soybean oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, grapeseed oil, and rice bran oil. They're highly inflammatory and they just create inflammation, low-grade inflammation. It's one of the leading causes to disease out there.
Dude, everything is made with those oils. The ones you didn't say, which were the good ones, are olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil,
coconut oil, butter, ghee, duck fat, lard, real lard. Those are all good.
Yes!
Sorry, so yeah. That. Guys, think about, eating some vegetables. I'm not going to, but you should. Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to talk about? Let's talk about Halloween. I'm excited for Halloween. Let's talk about vampires, bro.
Bro, that's another thing on like the extraterrestrial topic. The supernatural, they're real. Okay? They're real.
Bro, can I just say something real fast? I would just like to preface this by saying a lot of supernatural creatures that you hear about often tie into many other religions and their supernatural creatures. So, like, it's only fair that, there is supernatural creatures. Because, I mean, why would they have the same story in 8 different places and 8 different times and them not be true?
Right.
You know?
Right. Like,
because like every religion has some kind of form of
those
vampire
myths and
or
stuff.
cannibals, like it's everywhere, you know what I mean? Like every religion has its monsters, and a lot of the time they tie in heavily to other religions' monsters.
And think about how, like, all those stories are somehow all over the world internationally.
Right.
In all its different versions of, like,
The same story.
the same story, but it's
The
just
same
told.
story but in different fonts.
Yeah.
And like it just makes it undeniable that I think that is true, because I mean every former religion has some kind of ideology towards fairies, you know what I mean?
Vampires are very well talked about in any country.
Right, like they take your energy, they take your life force, like that's something in every religion, even like with the banshee and stuff and like the northern kind of stuff, like with the old lady,
like the Bigfoot and shit.
Yeah, like
SWs.
But no, I'm talking about like specifically like energy taking beings. Like the banshee, she screams and takes your soul.
Yeah.
Right? Vampires, they suck your blood and they take your life force. You know what I mean? Like it's the same story, just a tiny difference. You know what I mean?
Like maybe like the plot is like
the idea is the same. The
it's
story
just
is a little
told
different. Yeah. Bro, I've been watching Supernatural. Not gonna lie. It's low-key good.
Oh, I know.
But I don't know. I haven't got that into it yet. I'm still stuck on Adventure Time in The Last of Us.
I think one day an apocalypse is gonna happen.
But how do you think it's gonna happen, though?
Like zombies and shit? That's just gonna happen one day.
Do you think the zombies are gonna happen, or just like the overall idea of like an apocalypse, just like in the end of order?
The overall apocalypse. Like maybe not specifically zombies, but like I definitely think later on in the future there's gonna be an apocalypse.
Right, like I just think there's too many people in the world who are hungry for power that eventually,
it's all gonna go to
the
shit.
world and the countries are gonna be, caught in the crossfire of people who are power hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like
apocalypse doesn't have to do with just zombies. It basically just has to do with the end of an era.
right. So like the only thing that needs or has to happen for everything to collapse is for like
The government
war.
to collapse.
War. Like, I mean, it takes, a few countries getting into, butting heads a little bit, you know what I mean? For
Like right now,
for the government to just abandon ship.
like right now with the
And then-
whole thing, like the Pakistan and like Iraq stuff, they're saying that might cause World War III because America's getting involved in it.
Right.
Like Biden has gone over there with his dementia ass and like said that he's on this side and he's gonna help them. And the only reason they're doing that is because they said it's like there's American people over there that have been kidnapped and stuff, and that's why they're getting involved.
Right.
I really hate to say this, but I don't think that's enough to get involved with their fight.
But also though, if you hear about the fight, okay, because I have a Muslim mutual on TikTok, and she talks a lot on the situation, and I think it's important. I reposted a video that she talked about. I will tell you. Her name is Jenna. Okay, and y'all should go follow her. It's at JANJOUNA 007. And it's all lowercase. And so here's this video.
Pretend you're in a house, and some of your friends are having a really rough time, and you're kind enough to just let them stay with you, even though all of your neighbors said that you shouldn't. You let these people stay with you, and instead of them replying with your kindness to even allow them to stay when nobody else has allowed them to, instead, they kick you out of your home and they beat you blind. You're beaten to a pulp, may as well have gunshot wounds. And in doing this, they also kick out half your family. Half your family's just like gone now. They kick them out. And then after some time, they let you back in, and then they shove you in a closet and just lock you in there. That's it. You can't leave. You can't go back in. No going in or out of the closet. Do you think it's fair that after weeks of being trapped in that closet, you fight back? You come out and you fight back. In your case, would you view that as defense or attack? Because that is literally what's happening in Palestine. I am not justifying the death of all those Israelis. I'm not. I'm genuinely not. But to say that attack is what started the war and not the original occupation is a joke. This has been 75 years running. Hamas was created because of the Israeli government by the Israeli government. And in retaliation to a militant group, by the way, which in no way, shape, or form represents the Palestinians. Palestine doesn't have a government. You then carpet bomb Palestinians. You drop white phosphorus on Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank, killing 6,500 people, more than half of which are children, by the way, because more than half of the population is children. And you take their electricity, their access to clean water, their access to food. You kill their families. You destroy their homes, their neighborhoods, their towns, all of their childhood memories. Everything is gone. Okay, everything is gone. You destroy it all. And then after all of this destruction, after you leave them not only with physical scars, but emotional scars that will last their entire life, you play the victim, and everyone believes you. Everyone believes you. And nobody cares about all of those Palestinians. The world is so used to seeing the Middle East struggle. They're so used to hearing those numbers, those statistics, that they lose their value. But these are human beings, and it could easily be one of us if we had not been born to the lucky circumstances we were, alhamdulillah, for everything. These are people who just learned how to ride a bike. Children who have just said their first word. Children who haven't even gotten to say their first word. Even adults with high hopes. People who had genuine futures, and they're just gone. There are thousands of them. Thousands. And people are claiming that this is a war and not an ethnic cleansing. If Israel stops fighting, there will be peace. If Palestinians stop fighting, there will be no more Palestinians. And that's just a fact. It will truly never stop baffling me how so many people are so okay with being on the oppressor's side. People who will say that people are dying on both sides. You're a joke. You're a joke. Neutrality is a joke. There comes a point where silence is betrayal. Pretend you own a house, and some. And she ate that, and once again, I will say go follow her. It's Jana, and then the @ is JANJOUNA007, all lowercase. She's bae for real, and she talks on some real shit, and yeah. So, that's it for today, I believe.
I do believe.
See. So, yeah, that's it.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah. Our first video is already posted. We currently have 1 view. Anyways, so good night, y'all. Drink your water, drink your coffee. Go to sleep though at a decent time
and get a good night's rest.
Of course. And with that, good night.